Martin, obviously not the best result going up to Peterhead on Saturday and not managing to get anything from it. How has that affected your preparation following that and the lead up to trying to get those playoff spots?
Yeah, I think just got to focus on to the next game. Obviously the week usually starts off a little bit slower if the game didn't go the way you wanted it to. When it goes well, then usually it kind of seems to have a bit more enthusiasm in life, but then that tends to, over the week, start to come back, and that was certainly the case this week. And now the last few days of training have been really lively. Players have a clear idea of what we expect for this game. We need to see real energy and aggression in what we're doing. We need to be really connected and be together, and really looking forward to being back home. We've got 3 games out of the next 4 here at Falkirk Stadium in front of our fans, so it's all to play for right now, and certainly tomorrow's a really big game, and as the week's gone on we've certainly seen the players connecting into that and realising that and ready to go.
So looking for a big reaction going into tomorrow's game against opponents who have been quite tough to play against this season.
Yeah, definitely looking for that reaction, looking for the players just to kind of put the past behind them and focus on what they've got to do now, and I think this is a great opportunity to get a good performance and to get a good result, and I think that it's the coming towards the last part of the season, it's time that you really have to step up, and I think everybody's ready to do that. And
how much are you guys looking at other games on the Saturday that could affect the table as well? For example, Queen's Park I think are playing Cove Rangers. Possibly likely that they could drop points there as well, so another chance to gain some ground on them.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think they play on Sunday this week, so they're not going to be playing on Saturday, so that means there is a chance if we do well to get that number of points reduced. But we can't really focus too much on what the other teams are doing. We've just got to focus on ourselves. We've got to keep improving. In the last few games we've really improved defensively. We've not given up hardly any chances. A bit unfortunate to lose the goal that we did lose last week, so we need to build on that, but we also need to get our attack and play back up to the standard that it was and has been in a lot of other games that we've seen. So we need to put both of those things together, and if we do, then we've got a template we can follow and keep following. So yeah, there's no point in looking too much at the other teams. We've got to really perform and we've got to do really well, and Saturday's a good chance to do that.
And speaking of the defence, there was a player missing last week, Jevon Mills. Is there anything wrong with him? Will we be able to see him back in the squad shortly? So
Jevon was ill last week. There was quite a lot of guys actually had illness over the last kind of 10 days or so. Not the 10 days here, but the 10 days probably leading up to the Peterhead game. There was quite a few guys for the Dumbarton game and for the Peterhead game who were out. So Jevon picked something up and wasn't really able to travel. He's had a couple of things with his back just kind of being stiff and sore, not used to being on the AstroTurf. So he's not going to be playing this week. He's going to actually be he's with Hull getting some assessments done and things like that to make sure everything's fine. So he won't be available, but obviously he's done really well for us in the games that he has played, so it'll be a miss, but it's also a good opportunity for someone else who's been doing well in training to step in and get their chance.
I was talking to Aaron Taylor Sinclair this week about the pitch as well. I was talking to him for the match programme interview, and he was saying that one of the things he had to adapt to coming down from the Premiership was the change in pitch. Obviously most of the teams in this pitch use an artificial surface. Is that something you think that you've noticed that a lot of our players have had to adapt this season, and how do you think that's affected a lot of the games we've played here?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't really want to kind of start building up a story about the pitch. I think a lot of teams do have AstroTurf pitches. I think we've had one here for quite a while. I think that it's something that the club's looking at and reviewing for the future. I think this one that we have is kind of getting to the end of its life cycle, so it may be one that we would change, and who knows exactly what surface we'd put down. I think players would always probably prefer to play on a nice grass surface, but sometimes at this time of the year the grass pitches aren't very good, and you'd be better off on a surface like ours where you know what to expect. So I think most teams are playing on Astro in League One, so I think that's not a big deal.
And going into the game tomorrow, a new face looking to be introduced into the squad, or a new face to the fans, at least for those who haven't seen him, with Finlay Malcolm joining up earlier today. how much can you tell us about him?
Yeah, really glad that we've been able to sign him. He's a player who actually grew up in the Falkirk youth system before the system kind of went away. So he was one of our own players, and someone who was showing great potential. And then when the academy closed down, he went and played for Dundee United and did really well there. Has actually played for Scotland at certain underage groups and things like that. So he's a very talented player. He's got a lot of potential. He's a local lad, and that's really what our club was built on for a lot of years, was young local players who understood what it meant to play for the club, who came through our system, who gave energy and gave connection with the fans. And that's something we have to get back to. And hopefully this is a sign for the fans and for everyone involved in the club that this is something we take really seriously and gives us the chance to do that. So for Finn, he'll go straight into the squad. He's been training with us for a while. He's been really sharp, looks good. So really glad that we've got him involved with the team, and looking for big things from him.
And a big opportunity now for him with Anton Dow's out as well. Any chance of an update on his situation?
Anton's almost back now. He's been doing training on the pitch, not with the team yet, but very close to being back involved. So we've had, like every team, a few little knocks here and there, but the squad looks like it's coming around, getting stronger and more people back. So that always helps you, but certainly got enough good players to go out and do well on Saturday.
Okay, Martin, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.